Is Jesse Rogers. Joining us on sign language interpretation is Preeti Janet. Now, tonight, there's a blatant attempt to gag Standard Group PLC by the Communications Authority of Kenya through the revocation of all the broadcasting licenses legally issued to the Standard Group. The Communications Authority, through a letter by the Director General, David Mugonyi, has gone ahead and disregarded a payout plan of a debt of 43 million shillings as regulatory fees that had been signed and agreed upon in December last year, only for them to send a notice revoking the licenses. According to the company's chief executive editor, Chacha Mwita, the government is using the debt issue to muzzle the company, which of late has been exposing the ills in the Kenya Kwanza administration led by President William Ruto. Chris Thyro reports.
Since its inception in 1902, the Standard Group has widely been recognized for its bold and fearless reporting and media practices. This includes its commitment to delivering impactful journalism, even when facing challenges or criticism. However, due to the harsh economic challenges, the company accrued a debt of 48 million shillings, money owed to the Communication Authority of Kenya as license fee. In December last year, the company and CA signed an agreement on the payout plan with a commitment to start paying the debt. The same month, the company deposited 10 million shillings with a promise of an additional 24 million shillings once the rights issue is finalized. Further, the company agreed a monthly repayment structure of 2.5 million shillings starting January this year. However, the company went further and increased the payout plan to 4 million shillings per month, which has been honored to date.
Anything outside of that smacks of ill will and malice, and we have no option but to fight it.
But to the dismay of the company, the Communications Authority of Kenya made an abrupt about turn and through a letter dated 9th April this year and signed by the Director General David Mugonyi, issued a notice to revoke all the broadcasting licenses issued to the Standard Group. Despite having a clear payout plan and having honored the monthly payment and even increased from 2.5 million shillings to 4 million shillings.
We have moved to the tribunal to ask for an injunction against the publication of the threatened Gazette notice to revoke all our broadcast licenses. And we think that this is an attempt to gag the media.
The Communications Authority claims that nothing has been honored. The Standard Group has of late been exposing all the ills bedeviling the Kenya Kwanza administration, something that the powers that be have not been comfortable with the truth.
So the truth of the matter is that there is no question of stepping down or increasing pressure, or it is something that I always say that what we publish and carry is the reality of the day. So if the reality changes, of course the reality of those headlines and the reality of those stories will change. We are not going to back down. We are not going to report things that are not the reality just to make some people happy.
Ironically, the government owes the Standard Group more than 1.2 billion shillings, being money accrued from advertisements from government agencies and county governments.
This is one of the strangest things about this case, because the government owes us over 1.2 billion Kenya shillings, and what the Communication Authority is asking from us is something in the region of 48 million, a figure we dispute because we have significantly brought it down since we entered this payment plan.
From the bold and better headlines on the Standard newspaper to the objective and authoritative news reporting in both radio and TV, it is clear that the Kenya Kwanza administration is out to gag the very media that is responsible for informing and educating the public on what's happening around the world, and more so what this regime is up to.
We will fight to the hilt, and we really hope that all institutions of goodwill, including the tribunal, will side with us.
It is not the first time that the government has tried to muzzle the Standard Group. Last month, the government, through the then Broadcasting Principal Secretary, Edward Kisiangani, cancelled the Standard Group's media contract with the Ministry of Irrigation due to its critical coverage. Despite the Standard Group having been selected among other media houses to run a campaign for the launch of the National Irrigation Sector Investment Plan, the contract with the Standard Group was cancelled at the 11th hour. The government has also been sponsoring bloggers to taint the image of the company on social media platforms, including generating fake headlines and even threatening journalists from the Standard.
We completely stand firm with our audiences, and we tell them that KTN is their destination for news and information, and so is the Standard newspaper. And please do not also hesitate to check us out on the website and on other digital offerings.
The Standard Group remains committed in paying the outstanding debt as agreed with the Communications Authority of Kenya. Chris Dairo, KTN, Nairobi.
Well, we continue to stand firm with our audiences. Shifting focus now, 2 cabinet secretary nominees proposed by President William Ruto